It's the show that sucks with your hosts Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
See what kind of paperwork has to be done.
Talk to Art if you want to get that done.
Yeah, if you need to contact Spooky, you need to talk to Arturo. He's his secretary, so.
Oh, wow.
This is for everyone. If you want to contact Spooky at MIC Furby, just ask him the question and he'll relay it for you. He's very good at that.
Oh, Arturo's the Girl Friday in that business?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
With special guests from around the fighting game community.
Is he going to answer? Yeah, no?
Honzo?
Oh, hey. From the dead. Oh, are you crying? What happened?
I forgot it was Tuesday. And my phone's charging. And
You are a terrible bison. How do you forget it's Tuesday?
The worst part is you retweeted the tweet that said it was tonight. You retweeted it.
Now for your hosts, Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
What's up, everybody? What? It's a show that's next. Wow, what a terrible intro
show that
again.
sucks 123 with my co-host at Harrison SBA and me at Honzo Gonzo.
Thank you for saving the day. I appreciate
I
it.
saved it. Yay.
Nice.
All right, now talk about everything for the rest of the hour.
You're going to be the one talking. You were the one doing it up.
Adventures, I guess.
Yeah.
Before we start, how did the Giants do today, Harrison?
We won.
So who do you want to say suck it to?
Gibby.
Yeah, suck it, Gibby. All right. So the big thing that I guess happened over the weekend was Northwest Majors, and I was in attendance. It was a pretty fun event. Well, it started off with a 14-hour car ride for me, so it was a little draining, I guess. But we actually got to visit Bruce Lee's grave. We all went and visited Bruce Lee's tombstone, which is pretty weird. But, you know, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, so it was pretty cool to do that.
I didn't know his gravestone was there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in Seattle. I'm sure
That's a very bizarre place to have it.
Because he's from San Francisco, I believe.
Yeah, there must have been a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's up there. So I got to see his tombstone. It was pretty cool. A bunch of Wisconsin ladies took our picture. I think Marvelous Customs will put it up sometime. But yeah, so that was cool. Other than that, we didn't really do anything Seattle specific because I don't know why this is not advertised, but Northwest Majors is not in Seattle.
It's not in Seattle. Yeah.
It's not in Seattle. It's in
At all.
goddamn like Des Moines or like Kent, Washington, which is like 30 minutes from Seattle or something. So I didn't know that, and so I actually went out with my brother in Kent, Washington, because my brother lives in Vancouver, Washington. So he came up and I went out drinking. And apparently, there's nothing to ever do in Kent, Washington, and yeah, and one of my Honzo story has to do with me and my brother. So yeah, so that was fun. It's always enjoyable to see my bro.
Did you get a chance to go to Seattle?
No.
So when I went there, I'm pretty sure I went there on Sunday, and it was like nobody was there. We just walked around the streets and there was just no people. It was like a zombie apocalypse, but the zombies like didn't get the memo, and like there was just nobody anywhere. It was the most bizarre thing.
People in Washington are weird, and it's like they're weird white people who like think what they're doing is normal, but it's definitely not normal. Like it was raining and people were just walking their dogs in like shorts, like really short shorts and sandals and shit, and they're just walking soaking wet, and there's like okay whatever, and like there's multiple people doing this. I'm just like, okay, I guess they're water dwelling creatures. Like I don't know why like no one cares that anything's happening. There's a lot of vagrants, but I mean that's just up there. We stopped in Eugene.
Oh yeah.
And, some people in our caravan were uncomfortable with the amount of homeless people around, but I'm used to because I've been to Portland. I know how it is. So yeah, that was I guess a culture shock for some of us. But yeah, I mean, it's a different place. It's very nice up there. Like gas is really cheap. They have live wire. You know, that's one of the reasons I went.
You can't just order that offline?
It's like $20 for a 6-pack.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and
That's
I've done
more
it
than
before.
like an expensive beer.
I've done that before. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I got to have Church's chicken for the first time because we don't have those here. It sucked. I do not recommend Church's. I think KFC is much better than Church's.
KFC, really? KFC isn't that great.
Yeah, Church's is less great.
That's,
it was really
that's
like
not
white
very
people
helpful of me ever going there now.
It was white people chicken. That's the best way I can.
How is what?
Yeah,
That's
no
the thing?
seasoning. There's no seasoning.
So it was just like no seasoning, baked in the oven, chicken?
Just bad. Just bad. Just bad. People hyped it up to me too.
That's disappointing.
I was very disappointed. I was very, because I looked forward to it. Because that was the closest place to eat at the venue. Anyways, I entered a bunch of games, and I guess I can tell you the experiences from the different communities because I was actually involved with most of the tournaments, playing. Thank God I didn't have to do stream stuff or anything. I was pretty thankful. But I entered Mortal Kombat, and there was a bunch of stuff with Mortal Kombat at that tournament, mostly because it was the first time it was being run at a major, so there was problems, and there's probably needs to be some ways to implement, like some measures to be implemented in order to avoid a bunch of these problems. So I played, and I played against Rio, who's one of the best in the country, and he fucked me up. And I didn't, I did okay, but I still got bodied. And then I lost to a Scorpion player. I forget how I did, but I didn't do too well. But I still played a number of matches, and the matches I was playing, I had trouble because I was using a PS3 stick. So I didn't realize I had to provide a PS4 pad, that there wouldn't be PS4 pads there. I don't know why I thought that. It was pretty presumptuous of me. But I figured the PS4s would have a PS4 pad associated with them. Because you need a PS4 pad in order to use a PS3 stick.
I would assume that they would have had one there, in my opinion.
That's what I assumed too. And then when I saw it wasn't the case, I felt really stupid. And I was like, shit, okay. So I borrowed someone's for one match, and I ran and got one from the MC booth. Thank God Marvel's Customs carries a bunch of pads with them, for pad hacking and stuff like that. Yeah, but it was wireless because I had to get in a hurry because I was playing the tournament. So I guess they allowed wireless because so many people were using wireless and they didn't know how to take out the battery. I later learned during the tournament, after I got eliminated, I went over and asked them, Marvel's Customs, how they get the battery out. And it's a really simple process. And modders will do it for you. They'll probably charge you like $5 or $10. But they'll show you in the process of, you paying for it. So you'll be able to do it in the future by yourself. So I think it's worth it just to see how it's done professionally.
Is it just like a screw and then...
So basically you unscrew it and then you have to basically unhook the battery on the inside. And then you screw the plate back on. And then it still is communicating wirelessly with the PS4 when you wire it in. But it won't... you have to activate the home button in order to sync to that PS4. So if I have... an unbatteried PS4 pad, I can plug it into a setup, use it, and it's communicating wirelessly. When I unplug it, it obviously turns off. But when I plug it into another setup, I have to sync it before it pops up on the console, so it won't pop up on the other console. So with a wireless controller, if you don't desync it correctly and you press the home button, it's going to activate the home button over on the other console. And I accidentally did that to RIP and LPN. So I didn't interrupt the match, thank God, because it was just starting. But I did accidentally do that because I'm not used to pads at all, and I think I desynced it incorrectly or something. So that was my fault. I felt pretty bad. But so in order to get past this confusion, you really have to ban wireless controllers and then have the venue itself provide 2 controllers.
So that way they're just kind of stuck there to the consoles. Yeah.
And then you can wirelessly sync them up and then plug them into USB chargers not associated with the PS4.
Well, yeah, because you need you need the USB ports for the controllers, right?
Yeah, because there's only 2. There's only 2 on my PS4. So you need them for that, or have a USB hub on the PS4s. But they obviously didn't know that, and they only had a couple USB hubs, so some of the setups which were unfortunately like all the ones I had to be on didn't have USB hubs. So that was a little crazy, and the guy running the bracket was doing it by himself, and he was a little overwhelmed. But he eventually got some help, and they ran it and troubleshooted a lot of the problems on the spot. So it was run pretty hectically, but it could have been a lot worse if the TOs weren't handling the situation. If they were just sitting back like then it would have been horrible, because I would have there have been desyncs and shit and like all this problems happening. But
it's just the fact that you need to carry around like 2 controllers at the moment, because eventually people are just gonna have PS4 sticks. But because the whole reason people are doing this is because it's technically backwards compatible, but not really, right? Like for some reason you have to have a PS4 controller in there.
Yeah,
which is just really I don't get why.
I understand the reason, but for the PS4 controller, you need this home button in order to associate with an account for some reason.
Okay, that's why.
This pad button, like you need this in order to associate the controller with...
So the home button doesn't work, obviously, with the older sticks, because there's a home button on it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it does, because I know the pad portion is the select button, and the select works. I'll have to test that out. I never tested out the home button. I'm pretty sure it might not work.
I'm assuming it doesn't.
But
unless
if there's a way
everybody's really dumb and hasn't figured that out yet.
If there's a way for you to wire the PS4 home button to a button, you know, on a stick, then you could technically use a PS3 stick, even though it's not doesn't have the PS4 board, doesn't have like the pad portion, it just has the home button portion. So
okay,
there's probably a way you can do that. But yeah, so there's lots of problems with that. I see that being a problem in the future majors. If
do you see that being a problem at Evo? Well,
yeah,
I guess they just won't allow it, right? You'll just have to have PS4 sticks.
Maybe. That's one way you can do it, but that fucks over a lot of people. But they're kind of already doing that with...
Didn't they say they're going to have sticks, though?
I heard something like that, but, you know, obviously that's going to be a clusterfuck, because what if they don't have enough? You know, how many people are entering MKX? It seems like a big game.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 9 was a big game, even back then. So...
I'd imagine, you know, saying something like that, they would have to have a lot of sticks in order for them to really kind of finish that thought, I guess.
But, you know, Evo might have the sticks, but I guarantee you other tournaments are not going to be providing you with...
No, of course not.
Sticks.
Why would any other... That's way too much money.
It's going to be problems at, you know, CEO or Combo Breaker or any tournaments, even regionals, you know. So I look forward to seeing how TOs navigate that. Hopefully it's not a big problem. The other thing with MK that happened was people were bitching about the stream time placement, I guess. So it had 10 a.m. finals, and it was like regulated to a side stream, essentially.
The top 8 was?
No, just top 8 was on the main stream. It was just
that's what I thought.
But the pools were like on some other stream.
Okay.
So people were being mad that I wasn't on the main stream and stuff. And you have to understand, Northwest Majors typically doesn't get MK and Injustice entrance. They really have only gotten like 30 at most for either of those games.
They really get Tekken and Street Fighter. Really.
It's like Tekken and Street Fighter. Marvel was not that big ever.
Marvel's never really been that big there, though.
Yeah, and the anime is pretty big. Anime is pretty big there. They have a huge anime scene. So it's really an anime, Tekken, sometimes Street Fighter tournament. It's not really MK centric at all. And they had a lot of entrants. They had over, I think, 90, almost 100. So for them, that's, you know, triple the numbers for a tournament. It's fucking crazy. Who would expect that? You know, even though MKX is a popular game, you can't really gauge, you know, triple the numbers on a game that previously hasn't been getting numbers for you. So I guess it just happened like that, and you know, next year I guarantee it's probably going to be a lot better for MK because they had a bunch of numbers. So it's stupid to boycott a tournament that suddenly got a surge and didn't anticipate it.
And it's like 2 weeks old.
Yeah, so just give them a break. You know, they probably had to schedule that in the future before even MK came out.
And
So,
you know
I
what? Whatever.
think
The
it's
finals are on the main stream.
Yeah,
like,
and the
whatever.
finals had
Who cares?
more views than Marvel. You know, it still had a good number of views for the tournament.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think people are just looking for things to be mad at, and the NRS community is typically stupid and like really stupid in regards to a lot of things that they don't understand. And I think streaming and tournaments are one of the things that they really don't understand at all. Because they're like, well, Northwest Matrix is losing money. I'm like, I don't think they give a fuck that MK wasn't on the stream. To be honest, they still got a lot of entrants. Having 20 more entrants
they're not
is
big
like
enough.
Infinitely more money than 10,000 viewers gives you.
They're not big enough to where that would be like a deal breaker.
Yeah, and it's not like
if they were getting like 50,000 viewers or something like that, then maybe. But yeah, they're not. So.
And people are mad that Skullgirls were getting better treatment, but Skullgirls had a pot bonus, and the developer helped sponsor the tournament. And so, if you're saying that someone who sponsors a tournament with a pot bonus and all this stuff is supporting their game directly doesn't deserve stream time, I think you're stupid. And you might say, well, then money can buy you stream time, and I'll say yes, money can definitely buy you stream time. I think it's been proven throughout fighting games. So, I think it's stupid. I think everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Just have fun and play your game. That's all that happens. Otherwise, I had to play animes. So I went to the anime section. The anime section was pretty cool. It was like a side room area, and they had their own little cafe thingy-majig. So they had pretty much the whole top floor, besides MK, which was shoved in the corner. They had a big space up there, and it was pretty cool to watch. They had several, they had a TV on the outside of the room. They had a projector on the inside of the room showing the stream off, and there's a bunch of setups everywhere. It was pretty neat to see all the anime guys. There's people who flew out from New York. Lich was there. There's a bunch of great players in Seattle for anime. And NorCal, of course, came out. And even SoCal came out. So there's a lot of talent there for games like BlazBlue, Persona, Guilty Gear, etc. So it's cool to watch. And, of course, Ogawa and Dogura were both there. And Kojikog even was doing well in anime games, which I didn't even know he played. But apparently he did. So.
Oh, really?
I guess he plays BlazBlue. He's a Tager player.
Of course.
Yeah. And he did quite well, I think. I think he got top 8. So there was a lot of talent there from all over the world. And it was pretty cool to see some stuff like Lich getting second to Dogura. Dogura is just very, very good at BlazBlue. So it's kind of hard. He's like one of the gods. Of course, Ogawa stomping the fucking tournament and just shoving his dick everywhere. And bunch of cool stuff with Persona. I didn't get to watch Persona because it wasn't on the mainstream. And I didn't get to watch Unio, unfortunately, but I know that was pretty hype. Lots of talent from NorCal, and of course, 2Gate takes it. Continues his streak of dominating in Unio. Excuse me. My tournament experience was horrible because I had to play a guy named Kyle W., who's a very, very good old school player, and he fucking destroyed me. And then I had to play Mighty Mar, who is a developer, or not developer, but he works over at Iron Galaxy, I believe. The people who do Killing Instinct. I just forgot their name. I think it's Iron Galaxy.
Wait, who'd you have to play? I thought you had to play Darien.
That was in Marvel.
Oh, Marvel. Oh, okay. Talk about anime. All right.
Guilty Gear. And he fucked me up, too, because he's very good at everything. So, yeah. I got fucked up. I think I went 0-2, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I won a match. So, I got destroyed in Guilty Gear. And then I had to go play Marvel. And
How'd you do in Marvel?
I got 13th, I think, which I'm kind of disappointed at. I lost to Darren, who we played in the exhibition, and I did pretty well in the exhibition, but I couldn't beat Darren. He just his play style is just counters mine. You have to be patient against him, and I'm not patient at all. And he's a very good player. And then I lost to Jabril, who is the 14-year-old kid, who I actually beat pretty badly, I would say, in the exhibition. But he, I guess, adapted pretty quickly, and he beat the fuck out of me in the loser's bracket. So I got 13th, I believe. I'm not too salty about it. I think I did well. I eliminated some good players, like Knives. I 3-1 Knives. I played some good players and winners as well, so I'm not too upset about it. But you know, it sucks not doing well on the tournament. This is gonna probably be my last tournament I'm gonna play seriously for a while, so it sucks. But I got to commentate, I guess. That was fun. I got to commentate pools and then top 8. I like commentating, even though I'm sure other people don't like me commentating, but I try. And hopefully I did well for everyone. People seem to be positive about it. At least it beats, you know, random screaming about shit they don't know, I guess. Top 8 was really cool for Marvel. It was pretty KBR 3-0'd Chris G, which is fucking crazy. GCO, was up there throwing grenades and doing work. Cloud was beating people, and he beat Champ, which is a pretty storied rivalry between the two. So that was exciting to watch. And Cloud even, I think he reset it against Justin, or he didn't, or he almost did. I don't know.
So Justin won.
Justin did win. Justin won. Champ almost won. He got 3rd, and Cloud got 2nd. But Champ was the reigning champion for Northwest Majors. He won Marvel at Northwest Majors the previous 4 times. So this would have been his 5th time winning Marvel, which means he would have won every Northwest Majors Marvel competition ever. But he couldn't pull it out. So it was pretty interesting to see him lose, actually. And it shows, I think, growth in the scene, where people are traveling more, and there's also players that can compete with the top players.
Yeah, because, I mean, Cloud really wasn't around as much as he is now before last Evo, right?
Yeah, he started pretty late, and then he recently got sponsored, so he's been traveling a little bit more. And I know his sponsor wants to send him out to other places, and of course, if you're getting 2nd in tournaments, you're probably going to be going.
And who wouldn't want to sponsor Zero? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's a safe bet, you know? So, I didn't watch. I played Union and got destroyed by NorCal with people I usually play with all the time. So they fucking destroyed me, which I'm pretty glad about because NorCal is the strongest Union region by far. So they blew me out. They've been practicing more than me, and they destroyed me. So, you know, that's cool. But other than that, I mean, I just sat around and drank Baja Blast. And yeah. What happened in Street Fighter? I did not watch it because I was watching Marvel Casual because I'm playing them.
I mean, it was pretty. Top 8 was good. Top 8 was good. I think the losers part was kind of like so. If it was gonna be T-Hawk losers finals, I was gonna like lose my shit, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, I really wish it was, but it wasn't. The only thing that I took out of that tournament was when I was watching it, and they announced, like, everybody knew the top 8, right? But you know, a lot of the stream monsters didn't know yet, and so I was like, LPN, like, top 8 winners, and then chat just went fucking crazy. Like, everybody's like, oh my god, LPN. Like, because he did so bad at that invitational tournament, and that's unfortunately what everybody kind of knows him from. And then he goes and gets, you know, top 8 winners, gets, you know, 3rd place at this tournament. So
yeah, I heard he got 3rd. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, you know, this tournament kind of wakes him up a little bit, and so hopefully he'll continue to travel and get some more top 8 going to kind of get that losing streak from that invitational kind of blown out of the water.
People hate LPN for like no reason. It's really just because he did bad at an invitational, like.
And he plays really scummy, and like, there's reasons. I don't think people like. I just think people hate how he plays. I don't know.
Yeah, but look at the Chinese player. I forgot his name because he sucks. But Zhao Hai. He did fucking horrible at Topanga. People were just like fucking Zhao Hai. So no, people still suck his dick. Like.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It was just cool seeing T-Hawks in top 8. Like, multiple T-Hawks.
There was multiple T-Hawks.
There was more than one T-Hawk. It's the dream. And oh my god, you didn't watch Grand Finals, I'm assuming, right?
Nope.
So, Justin Wong was up 2-0. Looking pretty free, and Koji ran it all the way back. Last round, last match, last hit, basically, and he did an EX, I believe he did an EX Condor Spire into Justin, and Koji did, and they both had no life left, virtually no life. And so Justin Wong just did Ultra. And you're thinking, oh shit, he just killed himself because Koji had another bar to do an EX Dragon Punch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or yeah, Tomahawk, I think. And so I was like, oh, it's going to beat the Ultra and it's going to reset. Well, you know, that uppercut really has no invincibility. And so it actually double KO'd because he did it too early. And the Ultra traded and he lost because of it. So he actually should have reset the grand finals, but T-Hawk's uppercut is so bad. And he did it after the Ultra Flash too. That was the crappy part.
Huh.
So I think Justin kind of got away with it, but
it really doesn't have invincibility. I really didn't.
It does have invincibility, but I guess apparently doesn't have enough.
Okay. That's unfortunate, I guess.
But it was crazy hype. All the matches were really good, super close. None of them were really well, except I think Justin Wong and LPN for winners finals. But other than that, they're all pretty good.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And a lot of
consistently good so far this year. CPT.
Oh, and Nando getting top 16, I think is really cool too. He's been like he kind of like came out of nowhere. He's a NorCal All Forte player.
Yes.
And he's been going to do a lot of stuff lately, and for him to get top 16, only to, you know, not get in top 8 winners because of LPN. Because they had to play each other before top 8, but yeah. And Hoodman got top 16 too, so you got 3 NorCal and top 16. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. NorCal looking strong. SoCal looking strong in a lot of different games. They were grand finals for Marvel. Justin, of course, takes Street Fighter. And MKX, the grand finals was 2 SoCal players. So, other than anime, which was pretty much dominated by Japan, it was pretty good weekend for SoCal. They kind of came out in force and took a bunch of tournaments. Besides Union, of course, because NorCal's too good. Yeah, overall Northwest Majors was cool. The tournaments ran mostly late. They were pretty poorly run for the most part. So I heard this is a common thing in Northwest Majors. Hopefully they figure it out because I fucking hate tournaments that run late. Cause I was sitting there for 2
how
hours.
late are we talking
2
about?
2 hours for one of my pools.
2 hours?
Yes.
Like from start to finish?
No, 2 hours late. So I didn't
2 hours late. Okay.
For one of my pools. And I was like, whatever, you know, I'll be.
When were the pools supposed to start? By the way, the earliest pools. When were they supposed to start?
10.
10.
10.
I mean, NCR wasn't a whole lot better for some of the games. So
true. I hope people call NCR on it. Then people shouldn't accept incredibly late brackets like that, in my opinion. Yeah, I just don't like it. As a competitor, I don't like it. I understand stuff happens, but of course, stuff happens, but I don't like it. The college place was cool. I liked the venue a lot. I thought it was cool. It got a little hot, but I mean, I think that's because Seattle was having like abnormally good weather because it really wasn't raining that much.
Global warming, man.
It was an abnormally normal, so maybe that was the case. I enjoyed all the Seattle people I met up there and everyone who came out. It was pretty fun to see people. It sucks that Markman has stuff broken into like day after his birthday. That sucks, you know, but it happens. I've had my stuff stolen before.
I've had my car stolen before.
Yep. So, you know, it happens. It sucks. What else happened? Red Bull was there, and they were giving out free Red Bull. Take note, everyone who's a drink sponsor, give out your product, please, for the love of fucking God. The Red Bull ladies were very nice, and they walked everywhere. They walked literally to every single point of the fucking venue and offered people Red Bull. They walked into the anime room. They walked to the goddamn corner of the anime room, which is scary for a woman. You know, a bunch of goddamn smelly nerds everywhere. And they were very nice, and they very respectfully offered everyone Red Bull. So it was pretty cool of them to do that. And there's free Red Bull on stage and shit. So
I heard they ran out.
I didn't.
Oh, because there's. I think it was. Oh, I can't remember what it was. I think it was. Somebody was looking for a Red Bull, like during top 8, and there was none left.
Well, they had a majority of the time.
But they were, one step above Mountain Dew. So.
Yeah, if Mountain Dew sponsors their tournament and doesn't provide Mountain Dew, I will actually go crazy. Just give your product. People will drink it. I mean, people are fucking loving Red Bull. I know people were like, yeah, I only had like 6. And then it was like, I had like 20. I'm like, are you people still alive? Like, how are you drinking this much? But people really do fucking chug energy drinks. So if you are a sponsor, you need to be providing it. Because people will get addicted to that shit real quick. Real quick. Otherwise, it was cool. Driving back sucked dick. It was 17 hours in order to get back because we stopped a couple times for food and stuff. So it took me 17 hours to get home.
That, and you were like in a van, right?
Yeah. It wasn't as bad coming down because we had less people, but it was still.
So it's not like you could just speed home.
Yeah, we had a trailer as well, so.
Yeah, that's gonna slow
things down. It was an ordeal.
Were you able to play on like in there in the van or something?
So we had a Street Fighter set up because we had the PC going, and they had a Lethal League set up on the way up. On the way back, we were just too tired. We were sleeping mostly and watching movies. We watched all the Back to the Futures. I watched that Princess Mononoke movie. We watched Inglourious Bastards, which is one of my favorite movies. We also watched Project X, which is a horrible movie. It's really stupid. And some other one that I didn't watch. So that was fun, I guess. If you ever decide to drive to a tournament out of state that's more than 10 hours long, don't do it ever. It's really shitty. It's like really bad. It's like just fly. I really should have probably flown back. I wanted to spend some time with my brother, but I don't know. Yeah. So that was my trip. It was pretty fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I don't know. There's problems with it, I saw, but it wasn't my job to fix it that weekend.
I mean, overall it was good. The mainstream is good.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
that the mainstream is good.
Yeah, I'll have some stories in my Honzo stories, like some other things. But what was this next topic that you had? I don't know. I don't understand it.
Dude, Killer Instinct is getting $50,000 pop bonus at Evo.
Oh, cool.
You didn't see that?
No, I did not.
Oh, I guess I don't know what how it became that much money or whatever, but it said crowdfunded, which I don't exactly know how or why it was crowdfunded, but
from one of the character sales from the new season, because they just released the character that Hisako or Cinder and Hisako are pretty recent.
Okay, but I mean, I think that's freaking awesome. I think that the game has come a long way since like the first 6 characters, and I thought the game looked really boring and not fun at all. And now it doesn't look boring and not fun at all. Now it looks like a fun game to actually watch, in my opinion.
And they've been constantly updating it and constantly fixing things and constantly supporting the game for this long. I mean, it's been pretty long. I think this is almost over a year now. For them to keep supporting their game, keep releasing DLC. And it's DLC people want. Like, you know how people get really excited for Cinder? People got really excited for Zako in the doo-doo punches walls. So it's stuff that I see their community, embracing, and then they're investing $50,000 money they could have kept, but they instead put it toward the tournament. So that's pretty cool. And I hear I just looked up the Killer Instinct stuff. I hear that the rest of the money that they crowdfund outside the 50,000 will be going to other events that are community ran. So I assume Combo Breaker is a big one because that seems to be a Killer Instinct centric major. Probably CEO since that's coming up. So that's cool. If they're spreading their wealth, that's more money for more people. More money is always good. I don't think this will get people to play the game, necessarily. I think it's just a reward and makes better storylines for majors and pro players who play the games and stuff like that. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We'll see how that works out. Would that be the highest pot bonus for Evo? What's Street Fighter?
I think it's like 25.
Yeah, Street Fighter is only 25, I believe.
Sorry, it looks like the stream's lagging or something.
Oh. Oh, it looks like we're back.
Okay.
We back? We back? All right.
No, it's still lagging for some reason.
Still lagging. Okay. As I was saying, for at least I'll just continue. That Killer Instinct, got a bunch of money. I don't think it'll make people play it, but it's cool that they're supporting the scene, and it will probably foster growth in the long term. Get more eyes on the game, get more players into it. So, hopefully that works out. And it's got a pretty large pop bonus for Evo, so it's going to be one of the larger games at Evo, if Anime doesn't get another large pop bonus like they did last year. So that's cool. Yeah. I hear Mortal Kombat's also crowdfunding. They're doing that blue tournament, the skin that goes to ESL, but I hear that NetherRealm is actually preparing some crowdfunding measures for tournaments outside of ESL. So that would be pretty cool to see. See them support their game pretty early on with crowdfunding, make it more of a normal thing. So later on in the life, it's not out of the question to charge money for a character in order to bolster up the pop bonuses for tournaments. And I think it's a good idea, because if you see a character doing really well in a tournament, you might want to buy him. You never know. Are we back?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think my internet is like fucked.
It's completely fucked? How am I still talking to you?
Oh, it's clearing up, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there it goes.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're fine. It's just
Then
going crazy.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Okay. All right, we're good now.
No one cares about Killer Instinct.
No one cares. Well, apparently somebody does, because they throw $50,000 at Evo. So, but you know what? I think it's cool. I think the top 8. I think the main game should have pop bonuses, man. And it's.
Yes.
I think eventually it's just. There's gonna be a game that doesn't get. Oh, it's dropping again. Whatever. There's gonna be like a game during Sunday that's not gonna have a pop bonus one year, out of the 5 games or whatever, like Marvel, and it's just gonna get kicked out.
It's been happening. Marvel really hasn't.
It's really only been Street Fighter and then Blaze Blue, right? That one year.
Yes.
So it's kind of
not the norm.
Yeah.
But now with Killer Instinct getting it, Anime is probably gonna get it again this year. Street Fighter definitely getting it and been publicized. Some of these games like Marvel or even Smash probably aren't going to get as supported monetarily as some of these other games, and they might get pushed out because of it. It's a possibility. But I really don't think... Do you think pop bonuses matter overall? Like, to be honest.
I think now, no. I think now, no. But once more and more players start taking this more seriously and kind of quitting their, not quitting their life, but quitting their job to become professional fighting game player, they're not going to start practicing for a game that doesn't have a pop bonus.
True.
And top players aren't gonna, or people that might play a game because they see a top player play it are not gonna play that game anymore because the top players aren't playing it. So,
yeah,
I mean,
and, you see that with Mortal Kombat. You see Justin Wong playing Mortal Kombat. He's got 15,000 viewers. And he goes back to Street Fighter practice. He gets 1,000. So like, you can see the discrepancy between games, and you see Justin spending a lot more time on Mortal Kombat, even though he's probably much better at Street Fighter. So it's just people want to see him play MKX. When in the grand scheme of things, he's probably not as good as some of these other people. He's just well known. So I don't know. I don't think pop bonuses matter that much. Only to the people, the 0.1% of the people who are going to be actually obtaining it. Because like, does anyone really care that I think Galileo won, or I'm pretty sure Galileo won that big anime pop bonus? Like, does anyone actually like, oh my god, he won so much money? It was more about that crazy grand finals they had, they had, and all the craziness that was involved. I think trumped the pop bonus. Maybe because it was involved, they were much more into it. But as a spectator,
I think we're still a ways away from it. I don't think it's going to affect any time like relatively soon, but in the next couple of years, yeah, I can see something like that.
But obviously, once the money gets into the $1 million, it does fucking matter, because you can't say it doesn't fucking matter. If a match is determined $700,000 between two people, that's gonna be a very tense match for everyone, because that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
that's why at Dota
that's like enough money to just like not do shit for like 10 years. Like,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
When you see some of these games in MOBAs, especially in Dota, you'd be like, okay, if you lose this game, you're actually losing $800,000. Okay, have fun, don't lose. Like, it's actually that crazy. And sometimes it's even like, oh, you're gonna lose $2 million if you don't fucking win this game. And you're just like, it's a lot of pressure, especially for some of these kids who are getting into it. People are probably not vetted in high pressure situations. So at that point, it becomes fucking crazy. But 10,000, 20,000 involved, that's a lot of fucking money. It's not gonna be, you're not retiring. So I think it's gonna become more of a thing in the future, and this is just the starting point. So to put so much emphasis on it right now, I think it's wrong. Just start it off and then keep going, and then put more emphasis on it.
Well, that kind of answers your first question, Druid Mage. Is there any relation at all the game getting a big pop bonus and it becoming a bigger game because of it? I think we kind of just...
Yeah, I don't think initially, or I don't think people will be playing it at a chance to get $10,000 when there's so many other better players that are already playing it. But if it gets to the $1 million, maybe I could learn Zero May Cry if it's gonna give me $1 million. Stuff like that, Like, maybe I could learn Summoner Quan Chi. It seems pretty fucking easy, and I can scum out people. Maybe I have a chance at that $1 million. Fighting games aren't as complicated as people make them out to be. You can just scum your way up there sometimes. But yeah. Well, I think we answered that question though.
Yep.
Adrid Mage also asked, "It was great to hear you on the mic at Northwest Majors. Is commentating something you want to do more? What do you feel you need to improve on?" I think I want to commentate more, but it's not something I want to actually, full time do. Because fuck that. But if there's like downtime or something, I'll do it. If there's no one else to do it. What do I need to work on? Be less of an idiot. I don't know. Stop repeating phrases. I repeat phrases a lot.
Like what phrase?
What a player.
What a player?
I do that sarcastically. I'm like, oh, what a mix-up. He's such a player. When fucking KBR whiffs a command grab and lariats. I'm like, oh my god, so smart. When it's really just really stupid, and, it hits, stuff like that. I also need to fit more oohs and ahs. I mean, I don't do that, so I think people are not hype enough. So I have to be like, ooh, oh, ooh. I think that gets people hype. At the Hound 2 asks, if you guys were MKX characters with a K, what would your variations be? What would your variations be if you were a character? Harrison?
That was like a misleading question. I thought it was gonna be, hey, what's your character for Mortal Kombat? But it's like, no, what's your variation? I'm like, okay.
What's your variation for yourself?
I don't know. What are the variations?
It's like different styles. So like me, there'd be a Popeyes me, all right?
A Popeyes one?
Yeah, there'd be a Taskmaster me, okay? Definitely a Taskmaster me. And then there'd be an MC one of me where I'm a rapper. Taskmaster's got the long range, the rapping got the mix-ups. Popeyes, I have really big attacks because I'm fatter.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
It's a great question, I think. Maybe you'll think of it.
Rapper's a good one.
Oh, go ahead.
Rapper's a good one. What would be like a baseball like variation?
You have a fucking baseball bat. That's
I just have a baseball bat. I just have a baseball bat and I just chuck baseballs at people.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
You get a new projectile. Your down two is really good. You know, there you
go. What else? What else? Third variation. I guess it would just be like a streaming, something streaming.
I was gonna say like streamer, but I don't know what you'd get.
It would just be like, yeah, dude. I would like a computer would come out of the ground and I'd start like hacking it, and then like missiles would like come out of like a blow up. That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
So you got missiles and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You got explosions like Durangio from fucking TVC. Okay. You'd be like a trap character.
Yeah.
Trap character. Okay. Okay. People are saying beard hairs.
I'd like blind you with like camera lights and shit. I don't know.
Frank Westham.
Yeah.
They said that's the Lord Hans variation. At McCoolin, aka Dang asked, "Are you aware that IPLAYWINNER.com still says Street Fighter 4 AE 2012 instead of Ultra Street Fighter 4? Who cares?"
That's not me anymore, to be honest.
Aware of it? Now we are. At
Yeah.
EX Wildwolf asks, "What's your favorite candy?"
What is my favorite candy? Wait, where's that question?
Isn't that a question? See, I want to say Reese's, but I don't get Reese's all the time. I only get them sometimes.
I mean, is it 100 grand or 1,000 grand? I always forget.
100 grand.
100 grand. 100 grand's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I never really get a chance to eat it that much, but it's never a letdown.
Yeah, I never eat a Reese's like, why did I eat this? It's always like, yes, I eat this. Like, yes. So maybe that is my favorite, but I like sour stuff a lot. So Sour Punch straws, I can eat like 1 million of those. So
Really? Like the sugar things?
oh yeah, I can eat 1 million. I can actually eat a pound of those and not flinch. Those things are so good.
You know what are really good? Are sour jelly beans.
Those are the best jelly beans.
There's no other jelly beans. Okay, so there's the soda jelly beans, which are just like, they're good, but then there's the sour jelly beans that just beat everything.
Sour jelly beans are really good. A, because they have really good flavors, and B, there's no bad ones, so you can take handfuls. If you have like regular original mixed jelly beans, you can take originals like, oh, I got fucking popcorn or like root beer.
Okay,
shit.
so now that you bring that up, all right, so there's this one. I have to say the story now that we're bringing up jelly beans. Okay. So I went to see, I think the first Avengers movie, and we were late, and a bunch of my friends were going to go like get candy at some candy store next street down or something like that. So I was like, hey, just give me whatever, like I'll eat it. Just give me something like a small bag of something. So they come back, and keep in mind this is like we're in the theater and we're running late, and they're doing the previews or something. So in the middle of the dark, I just get handed like a sack of jelly beans, and so I'm eating them, and I'm like, I pick one and I'm like, oh, gross popcorn. So I look over, and they're like, oh. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I just got unlucky, right? So and then I pick another one, and I'm like, what the fuck, popcorn again? So and then it's in the middle of the dark, so I'm like bringing the bag of bag of jelly beans like up close to my eyes. It's just half filled with butter popcorn jelly beans. It was the worst candy I've ever eaten. And it was the worst part is I'm in the middle of the dark, so I'm trying to like pick the actual good jelly beans out of like this giant sack full of popcorn flavored jelly beans. It was gross.
That's pretty funny. They trolled you pretty good.
Yeah, they trolled me pretty good. And I couldn't not try to eat the good jelly beans. Yeah, 100 grand sour jelly beans. I don't eat a lot of candy though. Twix is good too. Twix is good. Twix
is good. I love Zowers. That's a weird one, but I love them. Cool.
Sours?
Zowers. They're so good. They had like a 2-pound box of them at Vegas. I was very tempted to buy one. I'm glad I didn't because that would destroy my entire being. But ADX Wildlife also asked, what do you guys think has gone wrong with Konami? Did you hear all the Konami shit?
No.
Everyone was talking about it at Northwest Majors. So Konami canceled the Silent Hill game that was coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big deal because it looked pretty good. Thank God I downloaded it on my PS4.
Like the 10-minute gameplay.
The demo, which everyone said was really good. I haven't played it yet, so I'm glad I got that before they took it off. They're taking it off the store, I think, like tonight, like in like 2 hours or something. So if you're watching this live and you still haven't downloaded it, I'd go download it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it sucks, and obviously I heard a bunch of the Metal Gear stuff. It sucks that what they're doing over there, but they've done stupid stuff before, so I'm not surprised. It sucks, but I'm gonna purchase Metal Gear Solid, the last one, and then it's probably be my last Konami game because they're probably gonna make shitty games, and that's just how they're gonna fuck up. No one's gonna buy their games because they're all gonna be bad. So,
damn.
It's the real loss of this whole thing is there's not gonna be a Zone of Enders 3.
There's not gonna be a what?
A Zone of Enders 3.
What is that?
Zone of Enders is like a mech game that Konami made. Kojima, I believe, had a part in it. I think. I forget, but it's a really good game.
Okay.
And they made a second one, which is also very good. And they're very fun games, but they're not going to be. There's not going to be a third one from what they're saying. So, kind of like a Battlefront situation. You know, back in the day, everyone was like, "Man, they really need to make another Battlefront." They're like, "Nah, no Battlefront," and then fucking 10 years later, there's no fucking Battlefront, which I just discovered today they're making. I didn't know they were making a new Battlefront.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Battlefront.
I didn't know that. And so I was looking at the store and I was like, there's fucking Battlefront? So I watched a bunch of videos today. It looks so good. I'm very excited. I love Battlefront. Funny story about Battlefront. I don't know why I'm going to say this, but one of my relatives in New Jersey is a mayor of a city. He's like one of my uncles. And I guess all day he just plays Battlefront. Like, I guess that's what he does in his office. He just plays Battlefront a lot. And he still does to this day, I guess. He just plays Battlefront and then does legislation shit. So, if you live in New Jersey, your town might be run by a corrupt Battlefront fiend. At Zarking Photon asks, you said Northwest Major 7 was going to be your last series tournament. Does that mean you're taking tourneys serious before? I mean, 2 years ago I was. When I actually entered them. Northwest Major 7 was my first major since SCR 2013. So I don't think people realize that. I'm pretty sure that was the last time I entered a tournament. I'm pretty sure. Or it was that final round that year. But it's been almost 2 years for me to enter a major. So it's been a while. I was taking them serious back in the day, but I mean, I'm bad. I know I'm bad. I'm not going to hide it.
At Peter Livingston asks, best burger place you eat at? Probably Picasso in Sonoma. And if I went to Santa Rosa, probably Super Burger.
Super Burger? I liked Super Burger years ago, but recently I'm not about it. Because it's my mom's salon's actually behind Super Burger if you want a haircut.
I know it's good. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still
good.
Still good.
I would say, I guess In-N-Out.
Ugh. Really?
I'm not a big burger guy.
I'd rather if money was not an option, I would choose Five Guys over In-N-Out Burger.
I mean, yes. Five Guys got bacon too.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this question just because I think it's a funny worded question. Vic Sage asked if a man groped another man in a bar, would it be harassment or Ferris Bueller's Day Off? And by day off, I mean Cash Money Trousers.
What?
You know the part in Ferris Bueller where the principal thinks he finds him and he's at some chick playing on an arcade machine that just looks like him from behind?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It completely ruined it now that I had to explain that to you.
Okay. That was a humorous thing.
Awesome. Husband asked, should players be banned from events because they have a criminal history? Wow. Or is player privilege too powerful? Wow, just narrowing that shit down to like.
I mean,
I should have read that before.
I will say.
I should have read that before I asked that question.
I will say, if you are a sex offender, you shouldn't be allowed to tournament. Period. I think that should be a thing, because kids go to these places, you know, and I think you should be wary of that. I mean, I think that's
really
pretty obvious. What, are you gonna defend that?
Not in, the remaining 30 seconds that we have on our show.
You're gonna say sex offenders should be able to go to tournaments.
So they just can't be in society ever again?
Mostly, yeah. I mean,
so there's just an island of just sex offenders somewhere in the world
hopefully, and then
where
they
we
can
just
fuck
ship them
each other,
out?
and there won't be a problem, you know.
This is not the right
If
show or
sex
the right
offenders
place
fucked each
to
other,
discuss something like this.
There would be no problems.
I have a much way better question than that question that I should have not even read. Dang Mang asked, what do you think about the collegiate esports being played on ESPN2? I think it is ironic and hilarious because I just think about like 10 years ago where if you would get shunned out of school if you were telling somebody that you were just playing fucking, League of Legends all day. Like, you'd get laughed at college. Now there's a show on ESPN2 where people from colleges are playing computer games. Like, it's ridiculous. I think it's hilarious. I think it's cool. Whatever. I mean, I just think it's hilarious that it's colleges.
I honestly don't give two fucks. And, yeah. It'd be cool if they had fighting games on there, I guess, but who cares? It's fucking TV. No one cares about TV. I really don't give a fuck about TV.
I just think it's funny that it's colleges.
Yeah, colleges
like
have
really
been having
ironic.
Esport clubs, league clubs, and all that shit for years now. StarCraft, Weird War had, a bunch of colleges.
It's like finals time, right? So instead of going to finals, people are playing, Heroes of the Storm on ESPN2. Like, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? I don't get it. Like, they do this during summer or something, not during finals week of college. It's stupid. But whatever. ESPN, and of course it would be on ESPN2 because ESPN.
Too.
Well, no, it's like ESPN has a hard on for like all college sports, so of course they're gonna try and like milk more money out of college anything. Oh, it's college, esports, of course. So
do people actually watch ESPN2? Like you're a sports guy. So have you ever actually watched ESPN2?
I don't think I have ESPN2. I think I used to have it, but then it became so irrelevant that you need to like buy an extra like package or something on it that nobody cares about.
Buy it?
I think you have to buy it. I don't know. Maybe it's on some channel like 5000 or something. I
haven't watched. Well, I have TV. I have basic cable and HBO. So
the most practical thing for ESPN2, it should go ESPN and then you go up one channel and it should be ESPN2. But it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well,
it's cool. Whatever. It's not going to be the last of it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no.
Especially if it did if it did well at all, period, it won't be the last of it.
Okay. At Devilfish asks, how thick do you keep your pubes?
Really?
pretty.
We could have ended the show on that question, and then you had to throw that in there.
Like a fucking rainforest.
What's your Honzo story?
I have 2. All right.
All right.
Both of them involve lewd things. So first one, I was walking to the gas station at the venue because there's the venue is at a college, and you can walk to the gas station. I was gonna get a Mountain Dew and some snacks so I can watch tournament and enjoy snacks. So I was walking there, and there's this girl, homeless lady, very homeless, behind the gas station, and she's talking to this dude and like cursing at him a bunch of things. She's like, "Fuck, I want you, fuck you, fuck y'all, fuck." And I was like, "Okay, I want to get in with that." So I walk by. Then I walk past her again because that's on my way back, and she looks at me. She's like, "You could have spent that $2 on for some pussy." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, $2 for pussy." And I was just like, "No," and I just walked away. So I got offered $2 pussy at Northwest Majors. So that was cool, I guess. I'm flattered. That's it. That's all.
You're flattered that somebody offered you to pay them for sex. You're flattered for that? Really? That's what you're flattered about.
I'm lonely.
Next story. Next story.
So I was pretty drunk with my brother, who is like very, very buff. So we're at this bar, and we're sitting next to a guy who sounds exactly like fucking Seth Killian. He sounded exactly like Seth Killian. And he's just talking to us. And he's like, "Yeah, this area sucks. You need to go to this place because this is where all the black bitches are." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we went there, and there was no black bitches. There's only white bitches. So I was really disappointed.
So Seth Killian lied to you?
Seth Killian led me to white bitches.
Did he even look like him? He just kind of sounded like him?
He sounded exactly like him. It was crazy. That's it. That's all I have.
I think that's all I have as well. I don't really have any stories. I don't have a Harrison story, so I'm just going to end the show with thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want to check us out, you can follow me at HarrisonSBA. If you want to follow Honzo Gonzo, you can follow him at Honzo Gonzo on the Twitters. If you guys don't want to follow either of us, make sure you guys check us out, iPlayWinner.com. Twitter.com/iPlayWinner, Facebook.com/iPlayWinner, and of course YouTube.com/iPlayWinner, where you guys for Twitch will have to actually rewatch this because it was lagging. Don't worry for you guys watching it on YouTube. Obviously, it was all great and nothing ever happened. If you guys want to make sure you guys check us out on iPlayWinner.com, where you can go to the podcast section and check out every single show in YouTube or MP3 format. And of course, no, I found it. All right, guys. You have anything to say? No?
Bye.
Bye.